He's one of the NBA's leader in minutes per game each and every year. That's called reliability.
He's a good third option too, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Cade has it inside, threw it up at the rim. Ricocheted away to Karl-Anthony Towns.
It's White on top. Every Knicks starter is in double figures tonight. It's knocked away by Towns. On a throwaway by White. 3-on-2. Towns down the lane and down.
Bridges misses. Sharp goes hard. Deflected by Towns and a steal. Throws it ahead to Anunoby, but stolen by Simons.
You got to get a few of those whistles or it turns into a really long night.
And a turnover here for the Bucks. The pensive face of Tom Thibodeau. Maybe this will make him crack a smile. Another turnover force.
Harden always like a man playing by himself out there. Never gets excited.
And that's part of his skill, both as an offensive player and as a defensive player.
Usually guys with big hands can't shoot that well, Mike, but he's an aberration.
Towns, good defense with the deflection. Bad pass though. Kolek has 6 assists again, had 8 the other night. He sees the open man and gets him the ball on target. Bad pass from Christie. Poole inside. Champagny stolen by Karl-Anthony Towns. Look at the big man bringing it up. Finds Hart. Beautiful look.
Towns goes right around him to the hoop.
Well, Knicks come back with a mini run here. They've scored 7 straight. George tries to jam it in. Bad pass. Towns to Payne. Over to Hart. Hart, beautiful bounce pass. Shot blocked, but a goaltend.
And that was the end of the series. Maybe they were celebrating a little bit too much because they had knocked off the Nuggets.
Ball loose, turned over. Here comes Josh Hart coming off a triple-double. Nice pass.
Klingin up top. Denny Avdia draws Towns, tried to scoop to Klingin, deflected, and Hart ends up with it.
The idea was right. He just didn't get rid of it in time.
Sharp to the end line. Tried to find a cutter. That one's too tall for Kamara. Knicks the other way on the run. And Anunoby breaks away for the two-hander.
Kings on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes. Valanciunas battling for it. Knicks come away with it. Deuce McBride back on the floor with 15.
And Harden is running the break. Dunn attacks. Mishandles.
But Dunn, the reason why he turned it over.
The Lakers, they've had no answer in the paint.
Towns still looking for his first 3. Lakers turn it over. A little hot with the pass.
It's not often we get action that early in the first. Usually you got to settle into the game before you get an errant pass. Towns comes up with a steal.
It's been a spectacular showing of offense.
Stolen by Towns. Ellis can't hit the 3. An appropriate way to start the third. Through his hands, Towns runs it down.
And Daniel's a good rebounder as well as a steal guy.
Turnover committed by Trae Young.
Young folks had 9 turnovers the last game. That was Monday in Orlando.
The Knicks go back on top. Towns knocked it away from Young.
Box out Siakam. Siakam. He gets around Brunson. The ball gets deflected by Towns and a turnover. Don't give me any more stats, Jimmy. I have to keep my eye on the ball. Bounce it ahead. Hart, layup goes.
Showing some lift on that finish.
And Halliburton turns it over. It's a 4-on-1 developing. Hart, layup goes. Everything is clicking for the Knicks. +1.
Into the corner for White. And Horford battling for the offensive board. Couldn't get it to Kata. Brown with the steal. And this is the Knicks' first lead since the first quarter. Towns strips Green. Here comes Brunson.
Green's 3rd turnover of the game.
Bridges to the rim. Banks it home.
Kept that pivot foot down, which was his left foot. Yep. Does he have a hook shot?
Towns pokes it away. Oh, what a pass. Jackson doesn't hesitate to shoot. Lost the ball, however. Ahead now to Achua running the floor. Goes up. Doesn't go, but a foul. Sacramento Kings basketball as we begin the third quarter. Kings scored 42 points in the second. Sabonis has it stripped.
Hart and OG always around the ball.
Anunoby, strong move to the hoop.
Martin, long strides. He had to adjust, and he turns it over. Payne, diagonal for McBride. Steps into the three. Bottom. Russell in year number 10 in the NBA. Hard cut. Wilson, contact, loses it. And it was Brunson who took the hit. Stepping in is Clowney. He lost his footing. Turnover, New York. 72-64, Knicks. Martin one-on-one with Bridges. Drive. And he tried to dump it inside to Claxton.
Holland stolen by Towns ahead to Bridges.
Holland telegraphing that pass.
Cameron Payne sets fires and hits another.
Good composure here by the OKC.
Towns with the steal. Dort in front of him. Dort trying to steal it, and Towns throws it down.
Held to a season low 4 threes in Monday's loss. At one point, they missed 15 in a row. Dick on the drive, surrounded by Knicks, crashed into Brunson. Ball came free for Towns. First score in double figures, and he hasn't missed. He's 4 for 4.
And a steal by Towns.
Towns doing it on both ends, taking on Pirtle to the rim, gets it to go.
I mean, a lot of steals.
You said shot clock innovation. I thought you were going to say a few years ago they put 14 on the clock after an offensive rebound. You went way back in the time machine.
That ball poked away in some traffic, and here comes Brunson again. They've got numbers underneath Towns. The layup good.
And Hart able to avoid going out of bounds on the baseline. J-Dub's kick ball. Will keep it with New York.
Oh, goodness.
This time, Anunoby going in the post. Nice steal. But the Thunder give it right back. Towns. Brunson with 3. Very deep 3. No good. Shea able to rip it away for the rebound. Trying to push hard. Got caught in the air. Threw it away.
Fewers turnovers. Alley-oop, Markkanen comes down. Shaman bumping him, does a good job. Sexton gets away. Goes inside, pass deflected. Still loose, and Hart comes up with it.
That's the back and forth that you have to play the cat and mouse game.
Yeah, well, speaking of cat.
Right on cue. Rocks the rim.
Jalen Brunson has missed his first 2 attempts. There's a turnover. Bataze bouncing it to the Knicks. Brunson goes underneath the rim, gives it to Anunoby for the dunk.
They put on to force turnovers.
It's control pressure as another steal happens right there. They're not risking anything. They're not gambling. They're being solid, and they just up their intensity level.
Cameron Payne.
Here's DiVincenzo, slices into the paint. His pass a little bit low for Gobert, and that's a Minnesota turnover. This is Cam Payne wasting no time.
And that's his favorite one. He loves that trail 3 where he's stepping right into it. And now Minnesota having turnover problems like the Knicks.
He puts it on the deck, blows past people, finishes with incredible efficiency.
Bridges is guarding Young. Young pass, threw it behind, ball knocked away. Good help defense there. And excellent defense from Bridges. Reese Shea gets in the paint. Good defense that from Karl-Anthony Towns. Josh Hart looks to push. Hart throws it inside. Anunoby. Bogdanovich stolen by Towns. Good anticipation. McBride fumble it, gives it right back.
Look, the difference is, as you know, just stay healthy. Yeah, well, stay healthy. He averaged 60 games when he was with the Toronto Raptors. But the other thing, you're playing in New York, the #1 market. Get the benefit of the doubt. Brunson, 20 points, 10 assists. Here's RJ. Deflected by Towns, scooped up by Hart.
McBride leans in. Tried a scoop layup. He thought he got fouled. Here comes McCollum. Final seconds. Robinson Earl deflected by Towns. Hart the rebound. And a dominant first quarter.
NBA Cup game. Knicks trying to stay perfect. Bad pass. McBride.
Nuggets at home this year. George Karl. George Karl. Michael Malone pointed out that got to play harder, got to play better.
my high school coach used to tell us. Christian Brown, a little sidestep, a little juke, give it to Jokic. No, it's batted away.
A bounce pass.
Give it to OG. OG. I go, who's the monster? He goes, Aaron Gordon. That guy always kills us.
See, that's Julian. That's an unaggressive turnover.
Process of playing with Karl-Anthony Towns, so his scoring numbers are down from last year, but they're actually on par with what he was doing early last season. He really took off after this game in December when he had 50 here and never looked back. Hits again.
Every team could use a Josh Hart. Thomas turned it over. Bridges comes out with a good help defense from Towns. Bridges gets in the paint. They're going to wave it off. An offensive foul. Boy, that's excellent transition defense from Dennis Schroeder.
Levine, has he taken a shot, Mike?
Yeah. Bad pass that time. Hart comes up with it. Finds Brunson in the corner. Brunson off the bounce. Baseline. Rattles that one in. Rebound. Back up. Can't get it. Towns does. Towns lost it. Towns takes it away from Smith. Leans in. That's no good.
Catapulting, catalytic now with his scoring.
Levine lost it. Towns grabs it. Knicks on the run. Poked away by Dosunmu.
George with 23 leads the Sixers. He's at 5 threes. He runs into Embiid. Anunoby on the breakaway and another jam.
Hawks up by 4, looking for more. Wallace on the lob. Errant pass. Clint couldn't control it.
Cade gets a screen from Jalen Duren. Losing it in the lane is Holland. Poking it back away from Josh Hart is Holland. Hardly even noticed it. Nice stop on Anunoby. Stripped in the lane. Jaden Ivey to the basket. Bridges, I think, got a piece of that. Anunoby the other way. Lays it up and lays it in.
Merrill. Mobley. Shot clock at 7. Lost the handle. Here's Hart. He's got one.
Towns. Nice deflection by Jackson. It's in the hands of Anunoby. Shot clock winding down. A rejection by Toppin and a recovery by Jackson, but threw it away.